Good Friday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this January 9th. We are much warmer this morning than we were yesterday when we started out in the single digits, and a few of the Kentucky mesonet sites were starting out below zero. And then a little bit of a wind made it feel even colder. Well, this morning, we're about 20 to 25 degrees warmer than we were yesterday at this hour. But here comes another shot, a reinforcing shot of Arctic air. It's not going to be as cold as it was yesterday, but it does appear that as this front passes through this morning, the temperatures are going to start to fall as we get into the afternoon and evening hours. It's going to be another cold night, but a warm-up. A warm-up is right around the corner. Now, we're not talking 50s and 60s. It's not going to be that. But we will return back closer to average for this time of the year, which the average high is 45 and the average low is 26. We're going to be closer to those numbers as we go through the upcoming weekend. But with that will come a chance of mainly rain, although there could be some mixed precipitation in there. Currently at a little bit after 4 a.m. as I record this podcast, many of the Kentucky mesonet sites are looking at mid-20s. We're at 26 degrees. Here in Bowling Green, we've been as warm as 29, and that may count as our high temperature today because, as I mentioned, as this disturbance passes through with a few snow flurries, temperatures are going to start to ease downward as we get on in to the day. Well, reviewing the numbers from yesterday, we had a high of just 29, and the average high, as I mentioned, 45. That's a 16-degree difference, and we had an official low of 2. 2 degrees was our official low temperature at the Bowling Green Airport for the 24-hour period. 26, the average low. So that's a 24-degree difference. Whew, and it felt like it, too. 1 year ago, we had a high of 37 and a low of 16 back in 2014. No precipitation recorded over the past 24 hours. We're holding at 0.6 of an inch of precipitation for the month of January, and that puts us a little bit behind pace by about 0.3 of an inch, but we're not too concerned about that. Today, we're seeing a weak cold front disturbance passing through this morning. It's almost here, as a matter of fact. Lots of cloud cover. Clouds have returned, and we saw the buildup of some of the clouds yesterday afternoon, and that was ahead of our disturbance. Now, breezy, that's the bigger thing this morning. It is windy at times, breezy. Not necessarily windy, but breezy. Although we could have some gusts of 20, 25, maybe up to 30 miles per hour as that disturbance comes through. Scattered flurries are possible with falling temperatures. We're going to say upper 20s to near 30 before the temperatures begin to fall, which will be over the next few hours. Northwest winds, 10 to 20. And then for tonight, as skies clear and that disturbance passes by, very cold again tonight. We're going to say around 10 for an overnight low, although some of you may drop back into the single digits tonight, like, 7, 8, 9 degrees. And then for Saturday, we're going to see sunshine return. We'll get back close to 30, upper 20s, with a southeast wind flow. Much warmer by Sunday, a high of 42, but here comes the next system in the southern stream. We've got a split jet stream, southern branch, becoming a little more active as we get into the weekend, and a series of disturbances will move in. The first will move in by Sunday afternoon and evening. With that will be mainly rain, but it could get cold enough, especially some areas north of Bowling Green, where we could see a little mix. I don't think that's going to be a big deal. as we'll only get down to 37, may not even change over with those numbers. Monday, it's going to be about rain all day. Rain, 60%, 43 will be the high. As we get down to 32 or close to freezing on Monday night, some of that may change over to a brief winter mix. Again, probably too warm on the surfaces to produce anything of any significance. Now, Tuesday, we get a break between disturbances at a high of 42, staying warm. Wednesday, the next disturbance rolls in with, mainly rain, but there could be a little winter mix in there somewhere, especially, again, north of Bowling Green, northern Kentucky, southern Indiana may get something out of it. A high of 39, and then down to 29 on Wednesday night as another shot of colder air comes in, not Arctic cold, but a little bit cooler. And then we'll get back to 40 by Thursday of next week. So, which would already put us halfway through January. Can you believe that? Well, some big things coming up. As you know, tomorrow, Saturday, is the annual Medical Center's Health and Wellness Expo. That's going to take place at the Sloan Convention Center. That's on Scottsville Road, or just off Scottsville Road in Bowling Green, across from Greenview Regional Hospital, down that way. And we participate in this every year. The WBKO staff will have a booth there. Your First Alert Storm team, me, Shane, and Christy, will be there. And as usual, we're teaming up with Kroger to program weather radios. And we'll also have weather radios in stock for as long as supplies last to sell. So if you do not have a NOAA weather radio, we have the desktop model and we have the portable model, which are becoming even more popular. And I'm hoping, but I cannot guarantee, because I found out from our distributor, Midland Radio, that we may or may not have the new hand crank powered radios. We were hoping to have it's called the ER200. We were hoping to have a stock of those in, but I'm not sure if that's going to make it. They were on back order, and they may not arrive in time for tomorrow's event. But I can tell you that if they're not there tomorrow, they would be eventually in stock in the coming days at your local Kroger or Walgreens. But tomorrow is one of our bigger weather radio events, and that people come out for the Health and Wellness Expo, and they want to get a weather radio. So you'll be able to purchase it, and we will program it for free. Now, if you already have a weather radio and it needs retuning, or you think it's not working right, or something's wrong with it, bring it in and we'll take care of it. So tomorrow, 8 a.m. until noon. Those are the times. Again, Sloan Convention Center, 8 a.m. until noon tomorrow. And then next week, I'm going to actually host a couple of preview shows. These will be free preview shows on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. For those of you that are interested in going with me and my wife Sheila to Alaska in August. And I know right now you're thinking, wow, it's cold here in Kentucky. I can only imagine how cold it is in Alaska. But here's what you got to think about. When it's 80 to 90 degrees, typically here in August, when we'll be in Alaska, there it will be in the 50s and 60s. If you want to escape the heat and humidity of a Kentucky August and go to the refreshingly cool and just breathtaking wonder of Alaska, I'm going to be hosting a couple of preview shows. The first one will be on Tuesday. In fact, there's 3 of them on Tuesday. And they will be at the Hampton Inn on Three Springs Road. And there's going to be one at 10 a.m., one at 2 p.m., and one at 7 p.m. And then on Wednesday, we go to Glasgow, and we do the same thing. And I think it's at the Days Inn. I'll have to double check that, but I believe it's at the Days Inn in Glasgow. And again, it'll be like 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 7 p.m. And there at those locations, you'll be able to actually sign up for the trip. And if you're able to put down a deposit, because the window will be closing on when you can actually make yourself known as to whether you're going on the trip or not. But we would love for you to come with us, those of you that are able to. It is going to be a fantastic trip, some parts of it on a train, some parts of it on a cruise ship. It's just going to be awesome. I've never been to Alaska and always wanted to go. So that's coming up next week. I'll have full-color brochures and information about those shows I just told you about tomorrow at our table at the WBKO booth at the Health and Wellness Expo. So if you want to go, I'll have the information there. You won't be able to sign up tomorrow, but you'll be able to get the information. All right. Well, I hope to see you guys tomorrow, 8 a.m. to noon at the Sloan Convention Center. In the meantime, join me for my radio show this afternoon, 3 to 7, Greatest Hits, Sam 100.7 on your FM radio dial. In the meantime, have a great day. God bless. Know the weather before it knows you. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky, streaming live to the WBKO app and to WBKO.com.